It started off so innocently. Or at least, that's the lie I told myself. Just a casual drink after work with a colleague, Jason. He had this effortless charm, this way of making me laugh when I hadn't realized how long it had been since I truly did. He noticed things. The kind of things that had slowly stopped mattering at home. My husband, Daniel, had become buried in work, lost in ledgers, deadlines, and the rigid order of a carefully managed life. After 6 years of marriage, the warmth we once shared had faded into habit. The love hadn't disappeared, but the spark had dimmed. Jason, on the other hand, saw me. He complimented my new outfit, remembered how I liked my coffee, and made sure I knew he noticed. His fingers would sometimes linger just a second too long when passing paperwork. He'd shoot me a playful wink across the room when no one else was watching. I told myself it was all harmless, until I stopped pretending. It was a Friday evening. Daniel kissed me on the forehead before I left. "Have fun at girls' night," he said, with no idea that I had lied straight to his face. My stomach twisted with guilt, but I walked out the door anyway. I told myself I deserved something more, passion, attention, to feel alive again. But in truth, I was disguising my shame as self-worth. Jason had booked a suite at a hotel. Candles flickered gently, soft jazz played in the background, and a bottle of wine sat open waiting. It felt like something out of a movie, a fantasy. But around 1 a.m., I glanced at my phone. A single message from Daniel lit up the screen. "Still awake. Hope you're safe. Love you." My chest caved in with guilt. I turned my phone on silent and rolled away. I returned home just before 9 a.m. the next morning. The house was quiet. Daniel's car sat in the driveway. I walked in cautiously, expecting either cold silence or questions I'd have to lie through. But there were no questions. No confrontation. No sound at all. The living room was spotless, unnaturally tidy. On the coffee table sat a single envelope, my name written across it in Daniel's precise handwriting. My hands trembled as I opened it. "You made your choice. I've made mine." Panic surged through me. I ran through the house. His side of the closet, empty. Drawers cleared out. The safe under the bed, gone. I rushed to the office. No laptop. No files. No wedding photos. It was like Daniel had vanished in the night, erasing himself from our life without a trace. I called him. Straight to voicemail. I sent messages. I left sobbing, desperate voicemails. Nothing. Then I checked our shared email account. In the drafts folder sat a message he never sent. I waited for her all night. Lights off. Coffee cold. She never came. I think I finally understand what I meant to her. That was the moment something inside me shattered. I collapsed to the floor, breathless and sobbing, unable to process the wreckage I had caused. This wasn't how it was supposed to end. I thought I could make a reckless choice, then come home and pretend it never happened. But Daniel had known. Maybe not every detail, but enough. Enough to walk away and never look back. Days passed. Then a week. Then 2. His phone was disconnected. His friends, never very close to me, said nothing. His mother, the woman who once called me the daughter she never had, never returned a single call. It was like I had been removed from his life with surgical precision, as if I had become something toxic he needed to purge. Then the divorce papers arrived. No demands. No spousal support. No arguments over assets. Just clean, cold finality. He didn't want anything from me. Not an apology, not a conversation, not even closure. And that was the deepest cut. Not anger, not shouting, but total absence. Later, through a mutual friend, I found out that he had moved several states away. Bought a small cabin in the woods. Started working remotely. No new woman. No drama. Just peace. The kind of peace I destroyed for a thrill that lasted one night. Sometimes I sit in the kitchen with my phone clutched in my hands, hoping it'll ring. It never does. The silence he left is louder than any fight we ever had. I read that unsent message over and over again. I waited for her all night. Jason still works in the same office. I ended things with him just days after it all fell apart. He thought we had some deep, meaningful connection. He was wrong. He never knew me like Daniel did. He never stood by me through hardship, never loved me in the quiet, ordinary moments the way Daniel had. But Daniel is gone, because of me. If I could go back, I would trade every stolen thrill, every flirtation, every night of temptation, just to sit on the couch beside Daniel one more time, binge-watching something silly, his hand resting gently on my knee. I had real love, the kind people spend their whole lives searching for, and I threw it away for nothing. Now I live alone, surrounded by the ruins of what I destroyed. And there's no one to blame but me.